Hey there, my name's Luke and welcome to the video. Today we're talking about what are we doing here, okay? What are we doing? I really don't know. But what I do know is that the world and humanity, connection, communication, friendships, relationships, that right there is probably the most difficult thing to learn for anyone. I feel like it's always been more difficult for me than it is for others. But when you really break it down, everything that you do is based off of that. Your capacity for communication and understanding and open-mindedness. So, take for example, finance. Not really a people thing, right? But here's the thing. Somebody had to communicate to you how to do that Excel spreadsheet, how to do the finances for said role or career that you're in. Which means that no matter what job you're in, you still have someone that has to communicate with you or to you or teach you in some way or capacity a way to learn how to do your job right. So, even in that level, you're communicating. Therapy, communication, clinical. You're communicating to your doctor what hurts, what's going on. Oh, okay. Do you have any other medical history that we should look into? Okay. Since we can't communicate with your body, we're going to read your body. So we're going to do some CTs. All of that, communication. It's kind of goofy, but you get my point, right? So everything comes down to communication in relationships and friendships. And when I say relationships, I mean relationships. Because relationships are friendships. Friendships are relationships. All right? So if anyone's like, oh, I don't like that word, you're stupid. All right? Get a dictionary. Relationship means that you have a connection with someone. Even if it's mild. Even if it's, I know their name now. Okay? We can do better than that. Guess what? Everyone in your DMs, in your text messages, everyone who you ever sent a direct message to, whether that's on your phone or a piece of paper in the mail, that is a relationship. It's a friendship, a relationship, whatever you want to call it. But there is a connection there, okay? Now it's the depth of that connection. How far does that go? How thick is the thread that ties both of you together? In marriage, that thread is pretty thick. That thing a rope, okay? But anything less than that is, a string, some paracord. It's pretty strong. You might be able to climb with it. But, you won't be able to hold a boat from flying away. That rope's got to be strong. If you want to hold a cruise together to the dock, you need a big rope. That's marriage right there. That's connection to the deepest degree, I would say. You're literally choosing someone not based on blood, but on connection and possible future with them. That right there is the strongest connection you can have. And if anyone severs that or tears that or rips it or breaks it, that can be really destructive. Look at it. When you have kids that are also tied to that connection, and when it's severed, it completely destroys their lives. Never marry anyone that you don't entirely, in a 100% understand that you want them and they want you for the rest of their lives. And hell, even to the afterlife as well, if you believe in it. Even until death do us part. You think you getting away from me when you die? After us being together for so long? I'll come find you later. I think the whole point, until death do us part, well, first of all, it is your lifetime, which is most important. Second of all, hypothetically, you could leave each other after death when you're chilling in heaven. Maybe you find your actual soulmate oops, you've been lied to for the last 50 years. Or hypothetically, maybe do y'all part when one person goes that way and the other person goes the other way? I don't know. Or maybe it's just, hey, like, romance and love is just something of this world. When you go into heaven or hell or whatever, if you believe in that, or any kind of afterlife, it doesn't really matter as much. It's not a big deal. You can love everyone equally. You know, it's not tied to flesh. I don't know. That is some fascinating concept I'd like to get into at some point. But I made a little post today on my Instagram, and today I was talking about the sunset, and I think this is a very good analogy for what I'm going through right now. And it was this quote that I created myself. I don't know if it's probably somewhere else out there. You know the sun sets every day, but when you see the sun rise, you don't think about it. It's out of question. It's out of your mind. You only focus on the day. And while the sun's still out, even if it's getting close to dark, or it's rainy, or it's cloudy, you still have to enjoy your day. If you don't, if you waste your day, you've wasted it, and it's gone. And yeah, it wasn't the best day out. It was too hot out. It was too rainy. It was too whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You should have appreciated that day so much more, and you didn't. And that's how I feel right now. Whether it's a day, a week, a month, I'm doing the best to appreciate the day that I have. And while the sun's out, I will still keep trying to see the light, you know? Because it's there. No matter how rainy it is, no matter how bright and sunny it is when it's boiling your skin off, it's still a good day out. You can still do something with it. You gotta enjoy it. And actually, this applies to the weekend too, which I'm getting off at 12 p.m. now. Am I appreciating my day today? Yeah, the second I get home, I'm changing and I'm gonna go appreciate my day. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm gonna do something. Oh. Not sure what to do yet. But I know I have to do something. But that applies to relationships too. I have something right now that's on the ropes. I'm balancing, but I feel like I'm about to fall. Fall good, fall bad. Probably fall bad. It's not looking good. I mean, I don't even know if this is a relationship or friendship. It doesn't matter. I just want someone that slightly cares about me, slightly is interested in me, attracted to me, etc. And I'm attracted to them. But it doesn't matter what I want, because I want a lot. I'm a guy. I see a lot. I have a lot of options in my brain. The question is, does this person still want me? After only a couple weeks, what have I done to disprove that? Because she asked me out first. So, okay. She asked me out. Then I gave a little chase. But now it's her turn. She knows who I am now. And it's her turn to make the choice again. She liked who I was, or who I looked like. You know, attracted physically, okay. Demeanor, okay. But now she knows me. She knows 10% of who I am. Maybe 20%. Does she want to get to know the rest of me? The other 80%? You can probably know about 70% of who I am from these videos. The question is that last 30%, you know? Maybe if she watched some of these videos, I don't know. But then that'd be kind of weird and kind of antisocial behavior. Because if someone in my life, you know, hey, watch my videos, talk to me about it too, man, ask me some questions about them, I don't care. Do your thing. I keep this stuff straight up. Because if anyone else is going through it like me, you can hear it from me. Maybe you can get some insight on it. I don't know. But if you one of my friends that be stalking me on here, watching me, man, throw a comment in there. Like the video. Subscribe. Because your boy need all the subscribers he can get. But on top of that, you can text me. Like, you can call me. You can talk to me about the videos. I ain't scared. I'll respond to anything. And that's why I keep my stuff locked down on here. I try not to swear. I try to be respectable. I try to keep everything anonymous. And I try not to go too deep on here. As serious as I can get on here, I really don't want to tell you everything that there is to know about the story. That being said, I can still give you advice on my experiences. Now, I'm trying to think here. The second part of my post today on my story was our capacity of paradox and hypocrisy as humans. In movies, whether they're good movies or bad movies, you only have about an hour and a half to get to know a character. And in that 1 hour and a half, you have to know who they are, what's their character. And every character is basically a two-base concept. You have a primary and a secondary concept for who they are. Primarily, they're a jock. Secondarily, they're also sweet. Behind all of that jock and being sweet is a hindrance to them. So they need to become smarter, and they need to become a little meaner and a rougher around the edges to protect those who they love. That right there is a character arc in a movie that you can explore and work with, right? That gives you a perspective on someone. How you can take two things, primary and secondary sourcing, and switch it or change around their variables and their balance of their life because something was holding them back. Their best qualities were holding them back in certain areas, but now they overcame those negative parts of themselves and became a better person. For me, my majority is I can be book smart and, well, more like street smart. A lot of common sense, a lot of introspection, very good at reading people, very analytical, almost obsessive in a way. I'm really, quick at pulling information together, whether it's researching using Google or whatever on my phone, whether it's just having my brain split all over the place, multitasking and constantly thinking of different things, my curiosity. But at the same time, that curiosity and that tenacity, that drive can consume me to the point where I get overwhelmed, to the point where my emotions are pulled into it, and now my emotions are becoming overwhelmed. On the other side, I can be either hot or cold with that. I can be way too over thinking and way too over emotional, and I can't focus on anything. Or I can be so serious that I have no capacity for any emotion whatsoever for anyone. And it's kind of hard to talk to people and communicate with people in a serious way when I can only think of the pure logic and what's right in front of me. I'm tunnel visioned almost sometimes. And for me personally, I'm trying to overcome that and become more balanced. And I understand that nature that I have, I can betray that. That's our role as humans. We can betray our own nature for the betterment of ourselves. You can change who you are, and you should change who you are, because you're not the best you can be. No, I don't care how old you are, you can change something about yourself for the better. Now, you shouldn't alter who you are. You shouldn't warp and bend and twist your identity as a human. You are a shy person. You are an eccentric person. But now, how can you change that for the better? How can you become more confident as a shy person? How can you humble yourself and be a little bit more quiet sometimes and listen a little bit better as an eccentric person? You can be something and be okay betraying that nature. That is our humanity. That is your right as a person. And you should do that. That's all I'm saying. Now the question is, my nature is to hold on to things. I'm a pack rat. I'm an only child. Every toy that I ever had, I never wanted to let go of. My mom devastated me when I was younger when she threw away some of my toys. It utterly destroyed me. As time has moved on, I've been able to give up some of my toys. I've been able to give up on some of the people in my life. I've grown to understand that people are going to come and go from your life, and that's inevitable. But I still hold out hope. Maybe that's a good thing. You don't exactly want to ditch people the second you give up. No. You don't want to give up immediately. But when is too far too far? If you never give up on someone, that means that their only option is to give up on you, block you, take you out of their life, and not the other way around. No, we have to be better than that. You have to make a logical decision for yourself and be better than that. That's what I've been trying to do. Be better. And in relationships and connection, I find it very fascinating because I've never been in a place where I don't want a stronger connection with someone. Don't get me wrong, I'm scared of getting my heart broken. I get my heart broken all the time. I've been having it happen to me since I was 16. But I've learned to live with it and deal with it and figure it out. But to me, holding back your emotions and holding back a connection because you're scared it'll end, that you're scared it will break or burn or destroy itself, or just completely go up in flames, it's stupid. I'm going to hold on to this connection the best I can. And if I see something that utterly betrays me, to the point where I am absolutely disgusted with you, yeah, then this is done. We're not friends anymore. I hate you now. But you have to like somebody first, and you even have to love someone first before you hate them. Or you have to love something. Take, for example, John Wick. John Wick is a cold-blooded dude. He's a assassin killing everybody, right? But he's not 100% cold-blooded. He loved that dog. He loved his wife. But when some dude came along, stole his car, stole his dog, killed his dog, right after his wife died, he was distraught. He was angry, and he hated the people that took his dog from him. And he killed everybody. That's John Wick. So even at the most minimal amount of love in this world that you have for people, if you have a modicum of love for anything or anyone or any possible thing, inevitably something's going to take that from you, and you're going to have hate in your heart. You're going to be angry. You're going to be upset. You're going to be sad. It's inevitable. There's this quote that goes around, and it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. And that's true. I'm willing to put my heart out there and say YOLO, whatever. I can take it. I can take loss. I can take the fact that this won't be forever. What I can't take is this never happening. What I can't take is this rejection before it even starts. What have I done so wrong that would push someone away that was so interested in me? I mean, someone so interested in me that they had a crush on me, that they would ask me out through a series of friends. And then finally, after a couple weeks in, I say, I like you back. And that's too much. The connection is severed. Ghosting ensues. Not 100% ghosted because we work together and we have mutual friends. I can't completely abandon that. Nor can she. But at the same time, I just want her to pick something. Does she want to hang out with me still? Or does she not want to? Either way, pick one so I can move on. That we can move on. That we can keep going or we can stop. But this limbo of constantly free falling is getting boring. I just want my parachute if it's going to be like this. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.